This got ugly, and if you're a Golden State Warriors fan, you might want to sit down for this one. What started as minor tension has now exploded into something much bigger. Sources around the league are whispering the same thing: the Warriors are no longer united. The locker room chemistry that once powered championships is cracking, and at the center of the storm? Draymond Green, Steve Kerr, and a franchise at a crossroads. For years, the Warriors were known as the gold standard of NBA culture. Trust, selflessness, accountability. But right now, that identity is being questioned publicly, privately, and painfully. Behind closed doors, emotions are boiling over, voices are being raised, and long-standing relationships are being tested like never before. Let's start with Draymond Green, the heartbeat, the enforcer, the emotional engine of this dynasty. Draymond has never been quiet. He's never been subtle. And he's never backed down from confrontation. But this time feels different. This isn't just passion spilling over in a heated game. This isn't trash talk. This is frustration that's been building for months, maybe even years. Multiple people close to the situation say Draymond feels unheard. He feels disrespected. He feels like the Warriors he helped build are slowly slipping away, and that the front office and coaching staff aren't being honest about where this team is headed. Inside the locker room, Draymond's tone has reportedly shifted. Less leadership. More anger. Less guidance. More confrontation. And here's where things get ugly. During recent internal meetings, tensions reportedly boiled over between Draymond and members of the coaching staff. Voices were raised. Emotions ran hot. And while Steve Kerr has always been known as a player's coach, someone who protects his guys publicly and handles issues privately, this time the cracks are starting to show. Steve Kerr is under fire. Not from the media, not yet, but from inside his own locker room. Some players are questioning rotations. Others are questioning accountability. And some are quietly wondering whether Kerr's message still resonates the way it once did. When a team wins championships, everyone buys in. When winning stops, questions start. Draymond, according to insiders, has been vocal about what he sees as a lack of urgency. He's not happy with effort. He's not happy with defensive intensity. And he's especially not happy with what he believes are mixed messages coming from the bench. One night, accountability is preached. The next night, mistakes are overlooked. And for someone like Draymond, who lives on edge, inconsistency is unacceptable. Now let's talk about the Steve Kerr side of this. Kerr is caught in the middle of a generational transition. He's trying to honor the veterans who built this dynasty while also developing younger players who need minutes, trust, and patience. That balancing act? It's getting harder by the day. Every decision feels like it angers someone. Every lineup change sends a message, whether intentional or not. And that message, according to people close to the team, has not been well received by Draymond. Draymond believes the Warriors are still in win-now mode. He believes championship windows don't wait. He believes every wasted season is a betrayal of what this core has sacrificed. And when he looks around, he doesn't see alignment. He sees hesitation. He sees compromise. And worst of all, he sees comfort. That's why his body language has changed. That's why his interviews sound sharper. That's why his on-court reactions are becoming more explosive. This isn't just Draymond being Draymond. This is a competitor who feels like control is slipping through his fingers. And here's the part nobody wants to say out loud. The Warriors might be emotionally divided. There are players who still believe in Kerr's long-term vision. There are others who side with Draymond's urgency. And then there are younger players stuck in the middle, unsure who to follow, unsure what their role really is, unsure how much patience they're actually being given. When leadership isn't unified, the locker room feels it. Practices feel different. Communication becomes tense. Trust becomes fragile. Sources say there have been moments where teammates avoided eye contact, where conversations stopped when certain people entered the room, where jokes disappeared, where silence replaced confidence. That's not normal for this franchise. And now the pressure is mounting. Steve Kerr has been asked subtle questions by reporters, questions that seem harmless on the surface but carry weight underneath. Questions about rotations, about chemistry, about roles. Kerr's answers have been measured, calm, professional, but noticeably guarded. He's choosing his words carefully, which tells you everything you need to know. Draymond, on the other hand, isn't hiding anything. His frustration has been written all over his face. His tone in interviews has sharpened. And his actions on the court are louder than words. Technical fouls, emotional outbursts, confrontations. This is a man who feels like time is running out and nobody is listening. And the front office? They're watching closely. Because this isn't just about one argument. This isn't just about one bad stretch of games. This is about the future of the Warriors' identity. Do they double down on the veterans who brought banners to the rafters? Or do they accept that change is inevitable even if it means painful decisions? Some around the league believe this tension was unavoidable. Dynasties don't fade quietly. They fracture. They argue. They clash. And eventually they choose a direction. What makes this situation so volatile is that everyone involved still cares deeply. Draymond isn't angry because he doesn't care. He's angry because he cares too much. Steve Kerr isn't under fire because he's lost control, he's under fire because he's trying to hold everything together while the ground shifts beneath him. But here's the uncomfortable truth. If this internal war continues, something will give. Either Draymond changes his approach, or Kerr changes his philosophy, or the Warriors make a move that shocks the entire NBA. Because history shows us one thing: unresolved tension doesn't disappear. It explodes. Fans are already picking sides. Some say Draymond has gone too far. Others say he's the only one brave enough to say what everyone else is thinking. Some believe Kerr deserves more respect. Others wonder if his voice has grown stale. And that division? It mirrors what's happening inside the team. This isn't about one player. This isn't about one coach. This is about identity, legacy, and the brutal reality of time. The Warriors are standing at a fork in the road, and the decision they make next will define the next era of this franchise. Will they rally? Will this tension fuel a late-season surge like we've seen before? Or is this the beginning of the end of a dynasty that changed basketball forever? One thing is certain. This got ugly. And it's not over yet. If you're a Warriors fan, buckle up because the next chapter might be the most dramatic one yet.